Hello and welcome. I'm Metamon and welcome to round 5 of the Xfinity and NASCAR Sunday Series. This is the first round of the playoffs. So we're going to see how our Championship 4 are going to be shaping up after the end of round 5 of both of these series coming up tonight. And there you go. That's detail right on your screen before you there. So we'll go to the next scene here. We've got round 5 event details. We'll be racing at Daytona for the second time this season. But the difference is we will be racing under lights tonight. So it's going to be 8 o'clock in game time. That will be racing under tonight. So qualifying sessions for both the Xfinity and NASCAR Sunday Series. 5-minute qualifying sessions for the Xfinity race. That is a 100-kilometre race with 25 laps with a mandatory pit stop. There'll be a competition caution lap on lap 12 where everyone will slow down to around the 100-kilometre-an-hour mark and let everyone catch up to the rear end of that grid there. If you're a lap down, you'll be lucky enough to get your lap back as well. As for the race in NASCAR, we've got a 37-lap race, which is, I think, 150 kilometres of distance for a mandatory pit stop. And there will also be a competition caution lap on lap 18. And the weather for all sessions will be clear. So we'll go to the next slide here. So here's the circuit we'll be racing at tonight. Daytona International Speedway, distance just under, a bit over 4.00 kilometres. I think it's about 4.02. And it's got 4 corners as well. So not many corners, all left-hand corners as well. Your classic American oval circuit here in America. And here are your Xfinity Championship standings here with the playoffs in mind. So difference to the cut line is the position where you have to be above to make the Championship 4 in the final round of round 8. And that will be at Texas Motor Speedway. So who's on top? We've got someone awesome. He will take the lead of the Championship heading into the first round of the playoffs. He's on 1,026 points. Closely behind him, 6 points down, is EXO on 1,020 points there. In P3, Davo, he's had a win this season. If you're looking to get a win in the round of 8 here to cement his spot in the Championship 4, he's on 1,015 points, 1,009 points there for Aussie Chopper, rounding out the last of the Championship 4 spots. Then we've got Team Little Bear in P5 with 1,008 points, and also on 1,008 points is Team Spiegel. If you're looking for a good result tonight, Rojo in P7 with 1,006 points, and Psycho in P8 with 1,006 points as well. Those are your 8 playoff drivers there. But it's still all to play for from positions 9 to 14 as well. So those guys will have a few big rounds ahead, no doubt. And here's a little reiteration of what's happening in the NASCAR Sunday Series. So Blue XR8 will take the championship lead, heading into the first round of playoffs there. 1,019 points will be underway in 2 minutes' time here at Daytona International Speedway. EXO also second in the championship there as well. Dave on third. Someone awesome rounding out the top 4. Then you got Aussie Chopper, Peppy, Brennicles, and Psycho. Those guys are your playoff drivers in the NASCAR Sunday Series. We go further down. The guys like Titan, Lord, Racer 24, Rojo. Those guys not able to contend for a championship, unfortunately, but they've got extraordinary pace in that league as well. So there's going to be huge ramifications from 9th all the way down to 19th there. So keep an eye out on that battle there as well. So we'll go to our playoff scenario here for the Xfinity Series. And it'll be someone awesome who leads everyone heading in. Rojo and Psycho. Those guys are your playoff contenders. So we'll just get that off screen now, as we should be about to go into the 5-minute qualifying session here. This will set the grid for the Xfinity race. 25-lap race, mandatory pit stop, competition caution on lap 12. So it gives everyone a chance to be able to remain in contention for the race win here at Daytona International Speedway, the Tri-Oval. So we're just loading in now. Shouldn't be too far off. Green light racing here at Daytona. So don't go anywhere. It's going to be a friggin' ripper of a round. It's the first round of the playoffs, round of 8. Who will make the final 4 heading into the final round? We're going to wait and see at the end of round 7. Obviously, at the end of this round, if one of our playoff drivers win, they cement their spot in the Championship 4. So it's everything to play for those guys. Everything on the line. And some of those non-championship contending drivers could also play a key role in the outcome of this one as well. So look out for those guys lurking in the background near from positions 9th all the way down to 14th. So here we go. We're on board with EXO. No doubt he's going to be out on track relatively soon. So we seem to have not so busy pit lane at this stage. One place grid penalty already given to Lord Angelwolf. So that's treacherous scenes there for him. Pit lane violation. I reckon he's forgot to enable his pit limiter there. We've got Team Spiegel coming out on track now. A few more cars to follow that train. Lord Angelwolf with a one-place grid penalty there. Peppy, one of our championship contending drivers in round 5. He's in the round of 8 of the playoffs. So let's see what he can do. All the way back, I'm thinking about P6 in the playoff standings. So he's going to have a big round tonight if he's to make inroads into the championship 4 deficit, which is currently, I think, 1 point. He's 1 point down from the cut line, so he's got a lot of work to be able to get past that. So we'll stay on board with him for the very moment here. We'll get every bit of detail we can bring up on screen. As drivers reach speeds of 260 kilometers an hour down the back stretch there at Daytona. Currently on board with Peppy, one of our playoff drivers here for round 5 of the Xfinity Sunday Series. And you'll be about to crack a hot lap here around Daytona International Speedway. Now for him, he doesn't have a car relatively close to him in front of him, so there's going to be no draft benefit whatsoever. We've got another car exiting pit lane there. He's just going to have to slot in behind these guys on hot laps for this first lap around here at Daytona. You can see we're going to be under lights here at Daytona as well. So it's a bit of a twilight session here. 8 o'clock in game time for the next session, which is the 25 lap race. So Peppy here, what's he's got in store for us on his first flying lap here around Daytona. Reaching speeds of 270 kilometers an hour down the back stretch. Mid-corner speed through turn 4, 265. He's keeping that pace up quite substantially there. And this is really going to challenge for a good lap time here at Daytona. What is it going to be for Peppy on his first go around here? So 53.5 from Team Spiegel, I think that is. Yeah, that sure is Peppy with a 53.7. He'll slot in the P2. And we got Davo moving up in the P2 now. 51.9 from him. A very good lap time there. So Team Spiegel, he's been pipped by a bit over 2 seconds there. So Team Little Bear will take provisional pole for the moment here. 51.2 is his quickest. He's got a little bit of a helping hand from a car in front. And he's looking on track to get into the 50s here. We'll see how this unfolds as Psycho moves up in the P2 of a 51.9. So top 3 drivers, all our playoff contending drivers here at Daytona for round 5 of the Xfinity Sunday Series. A bit over half a second up for Team Little Bear out the mid-sector as he comes down the main straight now. What's this going to be across the control line for him? He's got provisional pole. Is it going to further improve? He's first into the 50s. Second into the 50s rather, but a 50.6 to keep him provisional pole. Davo moving up into P2 of a 50.9. These top 2 guys separated by 3/10 of a second. Someone awesome, our championship leader, slots up into P3, a 51.6 is his quickest here at Daytona so far. Psycho holding on the P4 in the later stages here in qualifying. 51.9 is his quickest. EXO rounding out the top 5. Second in the championship. He's already in the midfield here. Looking to have quite a difficult task earlier on. Can he improve? 52.5 is his quickest. He had a very good result the first time around here at Daytona. We'll wait and see if he can have another good round here for the second going in round 5. Peppy set the new fastest lap at 50.5. So another one of our playoff drivers all the way up in provisional pole. So the top 4 drivers all in the playoffs here at Daytona. Lord Angelwolf is one of our guys that unfortunately isn't in the playoffs. But he's looking fine in P5 there with a 51.7. EXO out the mid-sector, slightly up on his quickest time here. But he's all the way down in P8. So this is treacherous scenes here for P2 in the championship of EXO. What's going to be across the line? It's only good enough for P8. So we'll reiterate the starting grid so far. Peppy slightly down on his quickest lap time here. But he's got a train of cars in behind him. This is still qualifying here. This isn't the race. And we're going bumper to bumper down the back stretch. Peppy getting out of the way of these guys. Team Little Bear stuck on the outside here. What's this going to be for him? He goes provisional pole with a 50.2 in the dying stages. Pepe completely out of it now, all the way back in P2, a further 0.3 of a second down from provisional pole set by Team Little Bear. Davo will round out your top three with a 50.5, but currently he's still on for another hot lap here, but 0.4 of a second down won't seem improved. Someone awesome. What's this going to be through the mid-sector? Currently sitting P4 with a 51 flat here. So I'm pretty sure these guys still on their respective laps. So half a second up on his time. He's looking to slot himself up in the P2. With the time out the mid-sector for someone awesome, our championship leader. He's really been favoured by the draft benefit here around Daytona. Across the line now for someone awesome. Everyone across the line pretty much equaling each other's times. And someone awesome was pipped and he was further relegated back to P5. So Team Spiegel up in the P3 after a late charge there. A 50.4 is an awesome time there. Very good qualifying performance. Lord Angel Wolf still currently holding P6 here. And I think he won't have enough time to get across. So here are your official qualifying results here. I'm just going to have to take a couple of screenshots. So I've got that for my reference. And Rojo there with no lap time. So he'll start from the back of the grid for round 5 of the Xfinity Sunday Series here around Daytona International Speedway. So here is how the grid will line up for round 5. It will be Team Little Bear who takes pole position for round 5. He's one of our playoff contending drivers. He'll be looking to cement his spot in the Championship 4 with a race win tonight. We've got Davo, also another Championship contender in P2. Very good qualifying performance from him. Team Spiegel, another one of our guys in playoff contention, starting out of P3. Pepe also to follow in P4 on the outside line there of row 2. Our championship leader, someone awesome, will start all the way back in row 3, occupying 5th position alongside him. Another playoff contending driver in Psycho. He'll start out of P6. We have Dennis Marinos starting out of P7. And Lord Angel Wolf in P8. That's row 4. And second in the championship, EXO, been caught up in a lot of unfortunate stuff earlier on. Not fast enough in qualifying to put himself in the mix. But no doubt his race pace will be on the ball. But he's got a lot of work to do. Starting out of P9 in row 5. And we got Aussie Chopper starting alongside him on the outside lane in P10. And then we got Rojo not recording a lap in qualifying. And he'll start from row 6 in P11. So that is your 11-car field here for round 5 of the Xfinity Sunday Series. This is the first round of 8 playoffs round here. It's everything to play for between the top 8 drivers in the standings. We got top 4, top 5, top 6 drivers who are in the playoff scenario, all starting from positions 1 to 6. So it's all to play for between those top 6 guys there. Aussie Chopper and EXO. Those guys are all the way down in row 5. But they're in the playoff scenario. So those guys got a lot of work to do from the 5th row on the grid. And here we go. We're about to go green here for round 5 of the Xfinity Sunday Series at Daytona International Speedway. Who's going to get the jump here? Head into turn 1. We go green. So it's Dave on the outside getting the lead for the very moment here, but I think he's going to lose it heading into turn 1 because Team Little Bear has got the inside line here, and that means Davo is just going to have to slot in behind as we enter turns 1 and 2. See cars in the background, Pepe in P3, Team Spiegel in P4. We got someone awesome on the inside line there. In P5 we got contact between 2 playoff contending drivers there. Who is that on the outside wall? Massive damage for Pepe, one of our championship contenders. He's going to have to limp that car back to pit lane, or he's just going to have to hold out to the competition. Caution comes out, and we got more drama at the front of the pack here. More drama unfolding before us. I'm not sure who was involved in that. Rojo involved with a little bit of a scuffle there. So it's been a very dramatic first lap here at Daytona. But the lead after lap 2 is occupied by Team Little Bear. Then closely behind him is championship leader Someone Awesome and PT. Davo and P3 here. Top 3 drivers, all playoff contending drivers. So these guys, they've got everything to lose here. But coming out the race win will cement their spot in the championship 4. So we got a similar structure to that of NASCAR in real life here for this series. So Someone Awesome on the outside lane here. He's trying to do it on the outside of Team Little Bear. Is he able to hold it? He's going to have the grip up there as we exit turn 4. Side by side we go down the control line now. And there's going to be Someone Awesome with a slight advantage over Team Little Bear. But he's on the wrong side of the track as we enter lap 3. Team Little Bear stuck on the inside. So he should regain the lead here heading into turn 1. So Someone Awesome just committing to the outside line there. Davo committing to the midline there. You see very different approaches here from the top 3. We've got a few drivers in pit lane. Aussie Chopper, Lord Angel, and Peppy. Those guys with early contact on lap 1 are touring pit lane to get their cars prepared. But we've still got a 3-car battle for the lead here. And Someone Awesome goes up to the lead of this one on lap 3. Team Little Bear closely behind him still. He's trying to regain the lead here. He's trying to stay in the draft of Someone Awesome in front of him. But he's got pressure from Davo in behind as well. So there's a lot of situational awareness in the mind going on there between these 3 guys. We've got one of the drivers exiting pit lane now. I think that's Aussie Chopper. We've got Psycho coming in for his mandatory pit stop. I'm not sure if that's a scheduled one, but we will wait and see as the competition caution will come on lap 12. We'll see if he's still on the lead lap here. So Someone Awesome, he's got the lead over Team Little Bear, but that's only by 0.1 second here, 10th of a second, as we go down the backstretch now of Daytona. Someone Awesome, he's able to gain inside line here because he's got the advantage. He's got track position, so he's able to choose his line now. A lap ago, he was stuck on the outside line in P2. And Team Little Bear still lurking in the background. He's trying to send it down the inside as we go across the control line. But we're still separated by less than 0.2 of a second here at Daytona. This is round 5 of the Xfinity Sunday Series. And this is the round of 8, the first of the 3 round of 8 rounds for the playoffs. Which one of these 8 drivers in the playoff scenario will cement their spot to the Championship 4? Currently, the top 3 drivers, all playoff contending drivers, and they have the ability to come out victorious tonight so far, earlier on in this race. But currently, Someone Awesome with the advantage over his 2 championship competitors here. So on exit of turn 4, is Team Little Bear able to make inroads through the mid-corner? Looks like he's got a decent launch off turn 4 there. But it's been like that pretty much every lap. He's been slotted in behind Someone Awesome. Someone Awesome getting his fastest race lap there. So here we go, heading into turn 1 for the 6th lap in a row. We're bumper to bumper here between the top 3. Down the back straight we go. Is anyone able to get the better of anyone here? Seems to be fairly even between these 3. Nothing's going to break this battle for a fair while, I would assume here. And Someone Awesome, championship leader with the advantage at the top. Team Little Bear still slotted in behind him. We're going to go on board here with Team Little Bear as he tries to get past his championship contender and Someone Awesome in P1. So he'll take you for a lap here around Daytona International Speedway. Little Bear getting right up to the rear bumper of Someone Awesome, but not able to make any inroads throughout the last corner there. You can see the last lap times by our 4th and 5th place competitors. EXO with a 51 flat. And then we got Dennis Marinos with a 50.8. Those guys are faster than these top 3 guys. And they're lurking in the background there, so they might be able to play themselves into this one. We got Psycho, one of our championship drivers as well. His last lap, the lap before, was a 50.5. So coming out of the pits, he's blazing in P7 there. He's 55 seconds off the lead this one. I'm pretty sure he's a lap down, but he will be able to regain that lap once we are in competition caution mode, which is in about 4.5 laps time here at Daytona. So Someone Awesome still with the advantage at the top on entry to lap 9 over Team Little Bear. He's trying to take the outside line here. He's got to try something different if he's to make inroads through the corners here at Daytona. We've still got Davo lurking in the background. So the guys behind Someone Awesome, they've pretty much been in the same spot as they were the previous few laps. So I think these guys are just trying to stay right behind Someone Awesome so they get the advantage heading into the final laps of this one. Because obviously in oval racing, you want to be the guy leading on the final lap of this race, because you won't have the top end speed once the guys get past you at turns 3 and turns 4. So maybe a good strategy play there from Team Little Bear and Davo, just to stay right behind our championship leader here, as we're about to enter lap 10 of 25 here at Daytona International Speedway. Currently watching round 5 of the Xfinity Sunday Series. This is the first round of the playoffs, the round of 8. So we've got 3 rounds in counting until we find out who our championship 4 will be heading into Texas, the 200-kilometre race. Or correction, the 125-kilometre race for Xfinity Series. Got a little bit of lap traffic to deal with, these top 3 guys here. Should be able to get past with relative ease, because they're all stuck on the outside line here. Lap traffic just trying to take the inside line, trying to negotiate space here on the track. Basically, you can go four wide here at maximum around Daytona, but it wouldn't end in a good scene. As for Someone Awesome, he's still got a narrow lead over Team Little Bear. That gap separated by less than 0.2 of a second for the 11th consecutive lap running. These guys, they know it's all or nothing here in round 5 for the Xfinity Sunday Series. These top 3 guys all out for the race win to cement their spot into the Championship 4. And currently, Someone Awesome looking in a very good scene for that spot. We had a chat earlier on in the week. He would like to make himself a 3-time champ in the Sunday Series, and he'll be able to do so, assuming he wins the Xfinity Sunday Series and the NASCAR Sunday Series. And currently, he's in a very good spot to do so. Currently in P1 on lap 11 here at Daytona. And we're about to enter the competition caution lap. As you see, everyone drift off in the pit lane now. And it seems as though. So that was lap traffic coming past there. So Someone Awesome coming in the pit lane. Team Little Bear coming in the pit lane. Davo, EXO will do so as well. Rojo, wait and see what happens with him. I think he's still got his mandatory pit stop to contend with. And here we go. He drifts off in the pit lane now. Dennis Marino's down the back stretch now. I'm pretty sure he's made his mandatory pit stop. So we'll wait and see where he ends up, whether he ends up in pit lane or still out on track, lining up behind the cars at the front. So currently, your race leader is Someone Awesome, closely followed by Team Little Bear and Davo. Those are your top 3 contending drivers here in round 5 of the Xfinity Sunday Series. First of the playoff rounds. Dennis Marino's moving up into P4 as EXO relegated back to P5. Psycho in P7. He's looking to make up ground here once we go green after competition caution on entry to lap 13 here at Daytona. So we'll go to the front of the grid where it will be Someone Awesome who leads everyone heading into turn 1 on lap 13. So these guys are just drifting off here. They're going to re-enter the track down the back stretch now. See everyone slowed up to around about 80 kilometers an hour. So those guys, those front guys, just letting everyone catch up to the back of the pack here. We should have lap cars make their way past as well, just to give them a chance to get back on the lead lap. So just quickly see. So Aussie Chopper's on the lead lap now. I'm pretty sure Lord Angel Wolf, he'll be able to make his way around the outside, but whether or not he's able to catch up to the back of the pack in one lap's time, we'll soon see for that. And Peppy coming out of turn 2 now. He'll be very unlikely to catch up to the back of the pack here at Daytona, but he should get onto the lead lap though. So it'll be someone awesome who will lead everyone after the competition caution has been lifted. So there you go, you got Peppy going past now. So everyone stuck down the inside lane there. Gives everyone a chance. That was a lap down to catch up to the back of the pack. It's a very good structure here. We didn't have the competition caution here last time we were out here at Daytona. It's been an addition since round 2. Just to add a little bit of a talking point heading into the closing stages of this one, because you can see on screen we're going to have an 11-car sprint race to the end, and that's going to be awesome scenes to the very end of this one, heading into the NASCAR Sunday Series, which is right up after this one here. That will start at 5:45 Australian Eastern Standard Time. So here we go. 2 guys in Lord Angel Wolf and Peppy. They're catching up to the back of the pack now, and we're about to go green here once again at Daytona International Speedway. It's going to be someone awesome who leads everyone into turn 1. And here we go, getting up the speed now. There's a championship leader. Tries to get the better of everyone off the line here. We go across control line now on entry to lap 13. So there we go. Someone awesome will lead this, closely followed by Team Little Bear and Davo. Those are your top 3 contenders. And they're also the top 3 playoff contenders as well. We've got Dennis Marino's in P4 there. EXO second in the championship. He's moved up into P5, starting from P9. So he's made a lot of ground on the opening stint there. Very good things to see there for EXO. Rojo, he's currently on track in P6, and that's a very good result for him so far, considering he did start the race all the way at the back. And he'll move up into P5, so he's got the better of EXO down the back stretch here at Daytona. And he'll slot in right in front of him as EXO right on the rear bumper now of Rojo. These 2 guys looking to get the better of one another here. So here we go. Lap 14 of 25, and it's still the lead of this one for someone awesome. As we go 3 wide down turn 2, massive contact. And it seems as though we escaped the bullet there from these top 2 contending drivers. Davo and Team Little Bear making a bit of contact on exit of turn 2. That could have been very disastrous for those 2 if they completely rotated. Dennis Marino's in the battle for the lead as well. This is going to be very exciting to the very end here at Daytona. EXO moving up in the P5. So what's happened to Rojo? He's moved all the way down to P8 now. Something's happened to him. I'm not sure what went on there. We've got Peppy. He's up in the P7 now, coming from P11 at the start of the competition caution. So he's went to work very early after the competition caution. Very good to see for him, because he's a playoff contender here in round 5. We've got Psycho in P8, another playoff driver. He's looking to get a good result in the later stage here. We're on lap 15 to 25, so he's still got a decent amount of laps to make some inroads for a top 5 result. Currently on board with Rojo, trackside view here. He's trying to track down Psycho on P8. In the background, we've got Lord Angel Wolf, and then we've got Team Spigel. Just coming out of turn 1 now in P11 there. So Team Spigel, something's happened to him. I'm not sure what happened on that previous lap, because he's lost a lot of ground in comparison to the leaders. And without that draft benefit, I don't think we're going to see any inroads made from Team Spigel. So he's just going to have to settle for whatever comes for him in the later stage here. And there's been a lead change. Change for the lead. Dennis Marino's up in the P1. He's not a playoff contending driver, and he's leading on lap 16 of 25 here at Daytona. Right on the rear bumper of him is the championship leader, Someone Awesome. Going to the outside lane now. They go side by side down the back stretch. We got Team Little Bear and Davo on the mix as well. Someone Awesome is in the lead of this one as we enter turn 3 and turn 4. Side by side once again. We got Dennis Marino's on the inside line. Someone Awesome stuck on the outside. And then we got Team Little Bear also on the outside line, right in behind Someone Awesome. So these guys just looking to box each other in here. We got Davo on the inside line, moving up into P3 now as we enter lap 17 here at Daytona. Got a slight lead in favour of Dennis Marino's at the top as Someone Awesome tries to overtake him on the outside of turn 1. Someone Awesome's just trying to find his way into the inside line there, but he's not able to because he's got Davo on the inside stuck there, so he's not able to get on the inside line there, otherwise there'll be massive contact as we go down the back stretch once again. Now Someone Awesome, he's found that inside line somehow down the back stretch, and he'll take the lead here out of turn 3. So change of lead once again between these top 4 contenders here. So Someone Awesome, championship leader, moves up in the P1 of lap 17 out of turn 4. Dennis Marino stuck on the outside in P2. And then we got Davo on P3. Something's happened to Team Little Bear. He's drifting further back and back in P4 there. So I reckon he scraped the outside wall for that to happen. But for Someone Awesome, he's in a very good spot to win this one. With less than 7 laps to go here at Daytona. Which one of our playoff contending drivers will come out victorious here? Or will it be a non-playoff driver of Dennis Marino's? Down the inside, down the back stretch. He's going to get the lead once again on lap 18. And Davo, he's trying to stick his rear front bumper right on the rear bumper of Dennis Marino's in P1. And he'll move himself up in the P2 here. So Someone Awesome relegated back to P3 out of one corner of turn 3. He'll be really angry about that. Someone Awesome, championship leader. He's going to try and make a move heading into turn 1. But he's going to be stuck on the outside lane here. He's trying to follow station with Dennis Marino's on the outside. He's trying to look for the inside line, but is currently occupied by David on the inside. Dennis Marino's taking that mid-high line there. And that's Someone Awesome slotting in the P2 out of turn 2 there. Very good move on Davo. We got a train of 3 cars further back as well. Exo leading that battle there. So this battle for P5 between Exo, Aussie and Rojo. These guys are having quite a similar battle to the one that we're seeing at the front as well. So it's going to be all to play for in the closing laps here at Daytona. It's round 5 of the Xfinity Sunday Series, the first round of the playoffs. It's the round of 8 for this Xfinity Sunday Series. And somehow Someone Awesome's back into the lead of this one. So he's got the better of Dennis Marino's for the moment here, but he's on the inside line and should have the lead coming out of turn 2. This battle has been very exciting for the entirety of this one. We haven't seen a closer battle here in this series. And it's Dennis Marino's getting the lead on the outside down the back stretch. He's put up a very good performance here so far. As we enter turn 3, Dennis Marino's will get the lead of this one. Someone Awesome back in the P2, our championship leader. Davo on P3. Those two guys in P2, P3 are our playoff contending drivers. And they're looking to get a race win here at Daytona. Assuming they do that, they'll be into the championship 4. They'll be able to race for a championship at Texas in round 8. As for Someone Awesome, he's trying to send it down the inside on exit of turn 2. We go side by side once again down the back straight. Dennis Marino's really holding on. He's held the outside line here, so Someone Awesome obviously identified he didn't have enough traction on exit of turn 2 to even consider a move. Heading into the back straight here. He's going to try it for another attempt here out of turn 4. Is he able to get the traction on exit? We'll wait and see. He's got a little bit of an advantage out of turn 4, but whether or not that's going to play in the decision to make a move down the inside heading into turn 1. He's still stuck right in behind Dennis Marino's, who's currently leading this one. He should have won last week, Dennis Marinos, if he wanted to contend for a championship. He's really trying to mix it with these guys here. Southern Awesome on the outside line down the backstretch. We're on lap 22 or 25. So we've got 3.5 laps to go at Daytona. And who's going to come out victorious here? Currently, the race leader is Dennis Marinos on the inside line. Then we got Southern Awesome on the outside line in P2. We got Davo in the inside there in P3. He might be able to overtake Southern Awesome as we enter turn 1 and turn 2. He should be able to get it done before, just after the control line here for Davo. So he's moved up in the P2 and he's identified that he's going to have to move now. He wants to come out with the race victory here to cement his spot into the championship for Davo. Championship contending driver trying to win this one in the closing laps over Dennis Marinos and Southern Awesome. These guys, their tyres are obviously hurting. They're only half a second down on their quickest lap time, which is quite a lot in oval racing here. So they're really hurting. So a change for the lead. Davo and Southern Awesome bump drafting one another. Those two guys move up in the P1 and 2. Dennis Marinos is drifting further back and further back as we exit turn 4. And now it looks as though it's going to be a 2-car race to the very end. We still can't discount Dennis yet. He's still in the mix, lurking in the background as we've got a little bit of contact there heading into turn 1 between our two playoff contending drivers. Who's going to come out victorious here? I cannot call this one. I'd rather be the hunter than the hunted. Davo being the hunted. Southern Awesome being the hunter on the outside here down the backstretch. He's got the lead change here. Dennis Marinos slotting him right behind Southern Awesome. So he's also played himself back into the mix in the opening half a lap here for lap 24. So we are going to have a 3-car battle to the very end for the lead of this one. And currently it's going to be Davo Dozer who's going to be leading this one on the final lap. We got Dennis Marinos on the inside line there, right in behind Davo. And we got championship leader Southern Awesome on the outside in P3. He sorted him right in behind Dennis now as he's trying to make a move in the final couple of corners here at Daytona. So here we go. These guys separated by less than 0.2 of a second. There's a lot of weaving down the back stretch. And it looks like Dennis Marinos, he's trying to make the move on the outside. Someone awesome. He's opted to stay the inside here. Is Davo going to be able to hold off? Davo's going to have to go defensive on exit of turn 4 here because Someone Awesome is going to be lurking on the inside. He's going to be looking for a mistake. And it looks like Davo. Can he hold on? Someone Awesome's got the lead. Someone Awesome wins in round 5 of the Xfinity Sunday Series by the narrowest of margins. Apologise for that. But that was crazy shit there. Aussie Chopper coming out in P3, so it looks like Dennis Marinos with a time penalty there. Very unfortunate for him. Exo coming in 5th position there, coming out with a decent amount of points. Team Little Bear coming home in P6, Rojo in P7, Psycho in P8, Peppy in P9, Lord Angel Wolf in P10, and then it'll be Team Spiegel coming across the line in P11 there. And here are your unofficial results as I try to catch my breath here. Someone Awesome by less than 3/100ths of a second cements his spot in the Championship 4 in round 8 at Texas. What a friggin' wicked end to this one. Very unfortunate for Davo Dozer who had the lead on the final lap. I'm just going to take my screenshots for my reference there. So these are your unofficial results with the 11-car grid here for the Xfinity Sunday Series. So we'll go to a little break here. We're about to await qualifying for the NASCAR Sunday Series, which will start at 5:45 Australian Eastern Standard Time. That's 25 minutes away, so we're not going to be too far off green light racing there, and we'll be racing at Daytona once again. So I hope you enjoyed that first half of the installment for the live stream tonight. So we'll send you back to the waiting screen We'll get everything up and running for the next lobby. And just a little break for myself to catch my breath. So I hope to see you in a few moments' time. welcome back, and we're going to be live streaming round 5 of the NASCAR Sunday Series. This is the first round of the playoffs. This is the round of 8 here at Daytona International Speedway. So let's get into the live scenes where the drivers are contending a 5-minute practice session, and then we'll be straight into a 5-minute qualifying session. So it gives me a little bit of a go to give a rundown of how the championship scenario is shaping up here, heading into round 5 for the NASCAR Sunday Series. So here it is. It'll be Blue XR8 who will be leading the championship heading into round 5 on 1,019 points. He's got 4 points up on EXO, who sees himself in P2 in the championship with 1,015, 1,012 points for Davo, who narrowly lost in the Xfinity Series a few moments ago. And we've got someone awesome who won the Xfinity race in P4. He is on 1,009 points there. And we've got Aussie Chopper in P5, then Peppy in P6. Those guys both on 1,007. And we've got Brennicles and Psycho both on 1,006 points there. Psycho making the playoffs with a race win last week. So it was all to play for him, and he provided the goods, and he made his way into the round of 8. We've got Titan in P9 on 99 points. We've got Lord Angel Wolf in P10 there with 63, Racer 24, who unfortunately can't make the rest of the series in P11 with 61 points. Rojo in P12, Morningstar Mike P13, Austral in P14, Eaglewind in P15 there. We've got Ty Morgo, Bruni, Black Wildcats and Nachos rounding out positions P15 to P19 there. So we get to the playoff scenario here for the NASCAR Sunday Series. So Blue XR8, once again, he's got the advantage at the top by 4 points over EXO, who's currently sitting in P2. Then we've got Aussie Chopper in P3. He won a race here back in round 3 of the NASCAR Sunday Series back at Texas Motor Speedway. And then we've got someone, Davo on P4, someone awesome in P5. And we've got Peppy, Psycho and Brennicles. Those are your 8 playoff drivers here for round 5 of the NASCAR Sunday Series. So it's all to play for between those top 8 guys there. So we'll see who has the early pace here in practice. I'm pretty sure Psycho and Blue XR8 will make their way back in. I'm pretty sure it's just a little bit of a loop around from the spamming that we had prior to the session. So hopefully there's nothing going on there. We've got Blue XR8 in the lobby. I'm pretty sure we've got Peppy and we've got Psycho in the lobby as well. So a 10-car field here for round 5 of the NASCAR Sunday Series. I'm not sure what's going on there. Hopefully Blue XR8 can make the round. We've got Titan coming in as well. So he'll just have to spectate the rest of this practice session here. So Davo, he's the fastest in practice so far. 47.1. And he's quickest by less than 1/10 of a second over Rojo on P2. A 47.2 from him. And he looks like he's had a little bit of help with the car in front. Someone awesome rounding out the top 3 there with 47.5. He's decided to park it up in pit lane. We've got Aussie Chopper in P4 with a 48.2. He's been relegated back to P6 now as Peppy and Team Spiegel move up into positions 4 and 5. Those guys basically replicating each other's lap times there with a 48.2. Separated by 4 1,000ths of a second, those two. So it shows you how close these guys are in round 5 here. Aussie Chopper in P3. Davo going provisional pole here in practice session with a 47 flat. So he's got a bit over 2 temps in hand at the top. So he's really blazing away there in the early stage. And he's currently on a quick lap as well. He's up by a bit over 2 100ths of a second here out of the first sector. So we see how he tracks coming out of the mid-sector now on entry to turn 3. Still slightly up. He lost a little bit of time in the previous sector by 1/1000. It's barely nothing. So across the line now. Rojo going quickest for 46.9. What's this going to be for Davo? A 46.9 as well, but separated by 3 100ths of a second between the top two drivers here. You've got Bruni up into P3. Very good performance from him so far. He's parked up in pit lane for the remainder of the session. 47.1 is his quickest. Exo in P4 across the line now, going up into P3 with a 47 flat. Very good pace from position 2 in the championship, Exo. Now Aussie coming out of the mid sector in a few moments. He's slightly up on his quickest time here. What's this going to be for him? I might have to sort out some server issues. Now Blue XR8 not having a good time trying to reconnect. We might have to restart the lobby, so just bear with us here. I'll restart it. So I'm just going to get everything set up, and for the moment I'll shut up for a few minutes. Still experiencing difficulties here, just trying to figure it all out. Deeply apologise for this. Figuring out what's going on here. Hopefully Blue XR8 remains in the lobby. So we should have a 12 car field here by the looks of it. Assuming all is well connection wise. Just wait a couple minutes until we see what unfolds with the connection. Alright, we'll give this a take 2 and see what happens. Yeah, hopefully everything stays intact. So very hard when both the guys that are clashing in the lobby, the playoff contending drivers. So it's going to be something we've got to get on top of. So yeah, hopefully we've found the fix for it. To disconnect Blue XR8. Hope not. Yeah, we're struggling here. Just trying to figure it all out. hopefully that's a fix there. We'll wait and see what happens. We'll get Blue X8, the host the lobby. See if it works that way. Hopefully it's all good. We should be able to get this thing underway. There we go. So I think they're all loaded in now. So once they're loaded into the lobby, we'll load in ourselves as well. And I should have broadcaster, yep, or race director. Alright, here we go. We're loading in. So fingers crossed, everything is fixed. I haven't seen anyone leave so far or get disconnected. Here we go. Looks like everyone's loaded in with no dramas, so it should be a green light to the very end of this qualifying session here. So it's going to be very busy earlier on. So as we scroll through the list to see who's in, so Blue X-Ray, Psycho and Peppy. So yep, seems as though at this stage we've resolved the issue. And one plays grid penalty handed to Psycho there with pit lane violation. So it's very unfortunate for him so far. That will be 2 places on the grid. So if he qualifies first, he'll be relegated back to P3. So it's already disastrous scenes for him, being a championship contending driver. So here we go, Peppy coming out on track now. It'll be the 5th to come out on track. So we'll just scroll through who we've got here. Psycho 4th in line, Davo in 2nd. Just going to see who's leading this pack here, and it's Rojo who'll be leading everyone across the control line to start the hop laps here at Daytona. So we'll be given the first indication of what sort of provisional pole time we're looking at here. So Rojo goes across the control line now for his first hot lap here. Wait and see what he's got in store for us. Hop on board with him. Very different cockpit to that of the Ford Mustang 302 R GT4. A lot higher speeds as well, as we reach speeds of about 320 kilometers an hour down the back straight here without any slipstream whatsoever. Bit down on the top end speed there, Rojo. I'm not sure what this is going to be for him. Peppy's parked up in pit lane for some odd reason. Wait and see. Yeah, he's coming out now. So we've got less than 3 minutes to play in this 5-minute qualifying session for round 5 of the NASCAR Sunday Series. So provisional pole for Rojo, a 46.9. Pretty much replicated his practice time there. Someone awesome going in the P2 of a 47.2. We've got Davo with a 47.3. We'll start to see how the lap times are going to shape up here as Psycho goes across the line. And he's only good enough for P6 there. 55-1 from him. We'll go through the list. Exo moving up in the P3. 47 flat. Bruni returning for round 5 here. Going provisional pole. 46-6. Last time we saw him was round 1 at Daytona. And he came out with a fairly good result there too. 46.6 is his quickest. 46.9 for Rojo on P2. A little bit of contact there with another driver. Exo on P3 down the back stretch now, trying to weave a little bit. So what's his sector split going to be for him? He's slightly up on his quickest time here. So he's looking to slot himself into P2 at the last corner now here at Daytona. What's this going to be for Exo as he crosses the control line? It is good enough for P2. 46.8 is his quickest. Bruni goes faster as well. 46.4 is the provisional pole time to beat. Davo in P4 here with 47.1. Down the back stretch now. We're about to get an indication of how fast he's tracking here. He's up by 1/10 of a second on his quickest. Provisionally not looking to gain anything in the standings at this stage. But he's still got one more sector to go. Is it enough here? Has he got enough to move up in the P3? He has not, so he's 200ths off P3 there. Titan coming out of the last corner now, currently sitting in P6 with a 47.2. This is going to be for him as he goes across the control line now. Remains in P6 there. Someone awesome coming down the back straight now. About to get the first sector indication. He's up by half a tenth there. Currently sitting P5. I'm not sure. Where's Rooney on the leaderboards here? Because he's currently not on there. Unless he's been disqualified. He's been disqualified for some odd reason. I'm not sure if that's going to play a role in how the grid's going to shape up. Because if it does, Exo will have pole position here for round 5. Someone awesome across the line there, not able to improve. We've got less than 30 seconds here left in the qualifying session. Currently on board with Davo, currently sitting in P4. This is going to be for the first sector. He's slightly down on his quickest, which is a 46.9. He's 200ths off Rojo on P3 there. So he's still got a lot of ground to make up on this last lap that he has available to him. It looks like he isn't going to improve. 1/10 down out the mid-sector. Titan, he doesn't have a little bit of a helping hand here. As Blue XR8 moves up in the P6 for 47.1. I think that's qualifying done and dusted for him. Team Spiegel sitting in P9 with a 47.5. He's got a lot of pressure behind him. He's currently down by 1.5 of a second. So what's this going to be for him at the last corner? He's going to be able to slot in behind there and should be able to get a draft benefit out the last sector now. Is this going to be an improvement for Team Spiegel? It is not. Psycho going quicker, moving up in the P9. So there is your official qualifying results. Bruni will come out with pole position. That's Rojo, Exo, round out your top 3 there. Davo on P4, Titan in P5. It's going to be a very quick turnaround for the 37-lap race here at Daytona. This is round 5 of the NASCAR Sunday Series hosted by Metamolan Racing Community. I hope you're enjoying this on the channels of YouTube and Facebook. It's been a very wonderful round so far with the Xfinity guys putting on quite a show about half an hour ago. There was someone awesome who came out victorious there, and he'll feature in the Championship 4 heading into Texas in the final round. So thanks for liking the stream, Steve and Spencer, mate. Well appreciated. So we're about to go green here for the 37-lap race here at Daytona for the NASCAR Sunday Series Round 5. It's the first of the playoff rounds as well. Round of 8. We've got a championship contender. I think Rojo is in the championship hunt. No, he's not. So our first playoff contender is Exo on P3. So very good performance from him. We've got Davo on P4. Just got to quickly go back to the front. Bruni, wonderful pole position time there. Start the race out of P1, then Rojo on P2. Go further back in P5 will be Titan. Currently 9th in the championship and looking to hold on to that advantage. Someone awesome. Currently in P4 in the championship. Coming out of P6 on the grid. Blue XR8 is leading the series in P7 there. We've got Aussie He's a championship contender as well, with Team Spiegel, Lord Angel Wolf behind him in row 5 there. Then row 6, we got Psycho, who won last week and looking for a repeat result this week. Then we got Peppy in P12. So that's your 12-car field here for round 5 of the NASCAR Sunday Series. It's going to be Bruni leading everyone. Head in the turn 1. But as for our top championship contender here, it will be EXO coming out of third position there. He's got the inside line on row 2. So here we go. We're about to go green here at Daytona under lights. It's going to be another rip around here for the NASCAR guys. And we go green at Daytona. Very good launch for our pole sitter, Bruni. He's going to lead everyone heading into turn 1. Rojo's going to be stuck on the outside line. Is anyone able to slot it down the inside? That's Rojo getting the better on the outside. He's going to be quickly overtaken there on the inside from Bruni. Someone awesome is playing himself into a picture as well. He's right on the rear bumper of Rojo and P2. There's a lot of weaving going on through the mid-corner there as EXO makes contact with the outside wall. He's currently holding P5 here. EXO stuck on the inside line here. He's got Titan for company in behind him. He's lost a couple positions off the line, so not good early stage racing here for EXO, one of our playoff contenders. He's trying to hold off Titan in P6. We go further back, we've got Team Spiegel in P7. It looks as though we've had a little bit of contact earlier on. Currently on board with Psycho on P8. Then we got Blue X-Ray at P9. Peppy in P10. Aussie in P11 coming in the pit lane. Then we got Lord Angel Wolf in P12. So there's definitely been contact made with some of the guys at the back. And unfortunately, we're going to see a couple of those guys coming in the pit lane for repairs. You can see Aussie Chopper with a damaged bonnet. So he's going to be standing in his pit box for just a little while there. So back to the lead of this one, currently occupied by Rojo in P1. On the outside is Bruni, he's lurking. Championship leader in the Xfinity series on the inside. Bruni making contact with the outside wall. He's been relegated back to P6. So someone awesome. P4 in the championship in the NASCAR series. He's right on the rear bumper of Rojo. He's lurking in the background, trying to make his way up into top spot here. He's looking for another Championship 4 spot in the NASCAR Sunday Series. He's looking to do the double here for Season 4 of the Sunday Series. So as for someone awesome, he's gained the lead of this one. Davo in P2. Then we've got Rojo. He's moved 2 positions back into P3. EXO up in the P4 now. And then behind him still is Titan in P5 there. And EXO, he's trying to make a move down the inside lane here on Davo on the outside. It looks like he's got the move done. Davo making contact with the outside wall there, trying to get back to the inside lane as he has to try and cross himself over Titan out of turn 4 there. So side by side we go between Rojo and Someone Awesome. Someone Awesome stuck on the outside lane, heading into turn 1. Our competition caution lap is on lap 18 of 37, so we've still got a fair amount of laps here until we're slowed right down to about 100 kilometers an hour. Right on the rear bumper is Someone Awesome. We're going to go on board with him, see how he can track top spot here. Right on the rear bumper. Unfortunately, Brenicles has joined at the wrong time. We'll still offer points for Brenicles, but it looks like it's going to be a must-win situation for him to get into the Championship 4. Someone Awesome right on the rear bumper of Rojo as we enter lap 5. Is he going to make a look down the inside, heading into turn 1? He should be able to do it as Rojo's stuck on the outside lane. So it's going to be a change of lead in favour of Someone Awesome at the top there. So Rojo stuck on the outside lane down. He might lose out to EXO as well, who's going to send it down the inside, down the back stretch. He's going to slot it right in behind Someone Awesome, our race leader. It's going to be a very good strategic move there from EXO if he can hold the inside line there. There's Rojo stuck on the outside. Someone Awesome really with very quick pace earlier on in this race here for NASCAR round 5 of the Sunday Series. And it's going to be Rojo getting the change of lead once again on the inside lane. So he's faked Someone Awesome, the race leader, out across the control line there. It was a very good move. We've got EXO still in P3, 2.5 temps down from Rojo in the lead of this one. And then we've got Davo and Titan. Those guys are your top 5. Titan is in the background working. And I reckon a very good move just to stay behind these guys here to see how everything unfolds. If there's an accident to occur between the top guys, then he's there to able to snatch up that opportunity. So here we go. Down the main straight we go, across control line in a few moments time to enter lap 7. It's going to be someone awesome who's got the inside lane heading into turn 1. And it's going to be another change of lead on entry to lap 7 here at Daytona. Is someone awesome able to make the double win here, a clean sweep of wins for the Sunday series. Wait and see, we still got plenty of laps to go. Go back to lead this one, separated by 1/100th of a second, with someone awesome leading over Rojo on the outside as we go down the main straight now across the control line. Someone awesome trying to hold the inside lane, but he's been overtaken by Rojo. There's no overlap whatsoever, so Rojo can position his car wherever he wants heading into turn 1. And this is the favourable spot for Rojo here. He's been very good through the first sector. Down the back straight though, he's been reasonably slow in comparison to someone awesome. And he's trying to get the overlap on the inside here. He's not able to find it, so he's just going to have to hold station here behind Rojo. We've got Davo lurking in the background, Titan up in the P4 now. And EXO's been relegated back to P5. So I reckon EXO, he's made contact with the wall at some point, because now he's under pressure from championship leader Blue XR8. These two guys, top 2 in the championship, and they're about to go bumper to bumper out of turn 4. We've got contact between our 2 contenders. Disastrous scenes here, top 2 in the championship, completely out of it on lap 8. They're both going to have to rejoin the track here, and looks as though Blue XR8 going to make his mandatory pit stop now, but it was an unscheduled one, so he's just going to have to hold out here. He's going to go a lap down, unfortunately. Disastrous stuff for a couple of the playoff contenders on lap 9 here at Daytona. So someone awesome holding a narrow lead over Rojo. Rojo stuck on the outside, so he's not able to do anything whatsoever. We've got to keep in mind the grip is on the outside here as we enter over the control line now. It's going to be Rojo with the slight advantage on the outside. Is he able to get the overlap on entry to turn 1 here? There's going to be someone awesome who's going to be able to hold off on the inside lane there. As Rojo, he's made a lot of contact with the outside wall. He's going to have to slot in to the inside line there in P3. He's under pressure from Titan in P4. We've got lap traffic up ahead here. Blue XR8 stuck in pit lane after that contact with EXO. Those 2 guys, championship contenders, not looking to get a big haul of points here at Daytona. They will be able to get their lap back under the competition caution conditions. But Blue XR8, he's going to go 2 laps down here almost. Yeah, he's definitely going to go 2 laps down. So he's going to re-enter the track in P10 here. Someone awesome is leading this one at the top over Davo in P2. Those 2 guys are championship contenders as well. Very different situations there for a few of our contenders here tonight. Someone awesome holding on to that narrow lead. We've got less than 7 laps until the competition caution comes out to bunch the field up. And EXO coming in the pit lane as well. He will also go a lap down. Got a lap car on the inside lane there. Not sure who that is. That might be Lord Angelwolf with a lot of trouble earlier on. So someone awesome holds on to his narrow lead for a few laps and going. He's got an advantage over Davo by 2.5 tenths of a second. So he's got a little bit of a buffer building up now as we go down the back straight. Davo just opting to get out of the draft there. And he's trying to go on the outside lane. He's trying to choose his lane here. Someone Awesome, he's got track position, so he's going to be able to choose that lane first. So they both try to take the same lane here, and it looks as though Davo's just going to hold out to the very end now, as he wouldn't want to lose out again. These two in the Xfinity series were line astern on the final lap. Those two guys were separated by 2/100ths of a second across the control line. Davo would want to be having the upper hand this time around, so he's going to be the hunter in the NASCAR Sunday Series here, as you can see on screen. Someone Awesome being the hunted in P1. So we go down the back straight once again. Rojo still holding off Titan in P3 there. Titan in P4. We got a disqualification from Bruni, is it? No. So I'm not sure what's happened to Bruni. So he's currently not in the lobby, so it looks like he's just going to have to get points from P12 there. And Exo will come out on track in P11. So Someone Awesome on lap 14 still has a narrow lead over Davo. We'll go through to grid here. So that's Rojo holding off Titan in P3, P4 there for Titan. So Rooney is still in it. I'm not sure who has retired. Quickly go down the list. We've got Psycho on P6. We've got Team Little Bear, or Team Spiegel rather, in P7. We've got Aussie in P8. Blue XR8, leader of the championship in P9. P2 in the championship for EXO in P10. Then Pepe in P11. And I think that is a retirement from Lord Angel Wolf, unfortunately. He had a lot of trouble earlier on. And he's parked up in pit lane for the remainder of this one. We go back to the front where it's a change of lead. Davo Dozer in the lead of this one over Someone Awesome on lap 15. Is he able to hold out until the competition caution comes out? We've got a 4-car battle here for the lead of this one. We got the drivers featuring of Davo, Someone Awesome, Rojo and Titan. Those guys battling it out for P1 here. Down the back stretch now, lap 15. Davo taking the inside. Someone Awesome stuck on the outside. We've got Rojo and Titan lurking in the background there. Not sure what's happened here. We've got no input. So here we go. I'm just going to have to look from this end. I'm just going to have to get my Elgato program back up and running. So I've somehow lost audio. So you should still be watching what is unfolding in the live scenes. Just waiting for the audio to come up on my screen. You'll still have it on yours through the Elgato capture card. So it's going to be Someone Awesome. He's getting back the lead of this one on lap 16. So we've got 1 lap to go until the competition caution comes out. So is Someone Awesome able to hold out? Rojo on P2. We've got Titan in P4. Bruni currently occupying 5th position here. So he's looking for a big haul of points here. We've got another retirement as well. Not sure who that is. Team Spiegel in P6. Psycho in P7. Aussie in P8. Blue XR8 in P9 there. And then we have XO in P10. Just trying to find out who's actually retired. We'll find out at the end. So Someone Awesome. He's made massive contact on entry to pit lane. He's going to be stuck there for a little while now. Disastrous scenes there. That's going to be Bruni leading this one. And it looks as though he's going to have to be disqualified for this. He's going to have a time penalty added. He's going to have to slow right down. I'm not sure what Rooney's doing because he's meant to be slowing the field right down. So we might have to disqualify Bruni for that outing there. Not complying with the competition caution. It's going to be very treacherous in the outcome of the results here. So Rooney coming out of pit lane. There's still going to be a penalty implied here. Unless he gives way to the guys. So a couple of guys off the lead lap will be able to get their laps back. You can see that. I think that's EXO going past. Or Blue XO8, one of the two. That's EXO, because Blue XO8 is on the lead lap now. Steven Spencer, this platform is PS4, so unfortunately we're not able to go beyond the 16 driver grid. Obviously PC being a lot more. But if you want to get involved, you can. If you reside on PS4 on Project Cars 2. You can still make wildcard appearances here for the Sunday League. Obviously, you won't be contending for a championship. That'll be the only thing that unfolds there. So we'll add a 15-second time penalty to Rooney there. He's letting everyone catch up, but I'm not sure he was aware of the competition caution here because he hasn't competed since we implemented that. I reckon he's just going to let a few guys pass now. If he does, then there'll be no penalty implied there. So he's slotted right into P6 by the looks of it. That's around about where he was before. But he's just letting everyone pass now. So it'll be Titan who leads everyone heading into lap 20 here at Daytona. You see EXO, he's coming back to the front of the pack here. I'm not sure what's going on here. EXO shouldn't be at the front. So I think he's just going to let everyone pass. So there we go. We should be up to speed now. There we go. Titan blazing away from the rest of the field now. EXO will come out of P10. So we have to let Blue XO8 past him. And then we're back to green light racing. So Titan will lead everyone with a decent lead on entry to turn 1 over Davo and Rojo. We've got Psycho and P4 there. Aussie and P5. Someone awesome after that contact in pit lane with the inside wall there. It's all the way back at P6 now. So he's got a lot of ground to make up in the closing stages of this one. We've got 17 laps to go here at Daytona. We've got Rooney in P7, Team Spiegel in P8. We've got EXO in P9. We've got Blue XO8 in P10. We've got a couple of retirements as well. So Titan in the lead of this one by 0.3 of a second over Davo Dozer in P2. Titan not contending for a championship because he's not featuring in the playoff contending drivers standings. So he'll just have to come out for race-winning glory here at Daytona. And he's going to be able to hold on to 9th spot in the championship as well. As for Davo, if he wins this one, he'll book his ticket straight into the Championship 4 to contend for a championship at Texas. So it's going to be all the play for between those championship contending drivers. It's going to be all or nothing. So Titan will maintain the lead on entry to lap 22 here at Daytona. Closely followed by Davo in P2. We still got Rojo lurking in P3 there. Someone awesome made a lot of ground on that opening green lap there after the competition caution. He's moved up in the P4. We've got Psycho rounding out the top 5 there. He's currently under pressure from Aussie on the inside lane. And he's going to move up in the P5 there. He's also a playoff contending driver. And that's the sort of move that wins you championships here. Going to try and gain as much points as possible in the early playoff rounds. This is round 1 of the round of 8 of 3. It's provisionally round 5 overall. So we still got 4 rounds left in the NASCAR Sunday Series as well as the Xfinity Sunday Series. They both follow the same calendar structure. So we're currently on board with Psycho on P7 here. He's looking in the background behind Bruni and Aussie. They make contact bet down the main straight now. They're lucky to not have complete pile up there. So Rooney having to completely back out of it. Now Psycho's moved up in the P6 after that moment there. That's Aussie Chopper on the inside there. Oh no, we got a bit of carnage in the background there. Blue XR8 up into P8 there. He's trying to hold off Team Spiegel in P9. And Exo all the way back in P10. So he's obviously made a bit of contact at some point with one of the outside walls. But for now, it's Titan who leads everyone on lap 23 as the two behind him, Rojo and Davo, go side by side out of turn 4. And they're trying to negotiate track position here. That's going to be Rojo moving up in the P2 on lap 24. So very good move from our 2 non-championship contending drivers at the top of this one. The top 2 not contending for a championship here. But they are contending for the race victory tonight. We've got a 3-car battle for the lead of this one. Where is someone awesome lurking? He's a further 2 seconds back from the lead of this one. So he's got a slight chance here. And we've got Aussie Chopper in P5, Psycho in P6. He won last week, but not looking likely to make a repeat result here. We've got Blue XR8. He got relegated back to P8 there. Rooney in P7 now. We've got Team Spiegel in P9. And Exo rounding out the 10 cars that are on track. He's currently parked up in pit lane for repairs by the looks of it. So he's currently exiting pit lane now. We're on lap 24 of 37. Your race leader is currently being Titan. He's made a lot of contact between himself and Rojo. Now Davo has the lead of this one all of a sudden. Out of turn 2 on lap 25. Down the back stretch we go. So Titan and Rojo, a lot of contact through the mid corner of turn 2. Someone awesome. He's trying to play himself up into the podium paying positions here. He's stuck on the outside lane. Rojo on the inside here. These two going bumper to bumper now. A little bit of an overlap on exit. As someone awesome tries to slot him behind, but he's got a bit too much pace behind him to be able to do so. Cross control line, someone awesome right on the rear bumper lurking. He's trying to get an overlap on the inside heading into turn 1. He's going to be able to do it as Rojo takes the outside lane there. It's going to be a little bit of a side draft effect between these two. So they're going to be able to hold on side by side down the back stretch now. It's going to be someone awesome on the inside. Rojo on the outside there. Rojo got the slight advantage over someone awesome. But someone awesome's got the advantage on the inside lane. And he's going to be able to hold on the P3 there. He's got that move done. So Titan looking to make some inroads on Davo and P1. Those two separated by half a second here on lap 26. We're about to enter lap 27 here. So we got 10 laps to go at Daytona for round 5 of the NASCAR Sunday Series. This is round 1 of the round of 8. So we've got 3 round of 8 contending rounds until the Championship 4 at Texas in round 8 of our series here. Currently Davo looking to cement his spot in the Championship 4 with a victory tonight so far. He's still got less than 10 laps to go here at Daytona. Is he able to hold on? Currently, he's looking to advance based on the current point scenario. So lap 28, it's still the lead in favour of Davo, but Titan has made some inroads on the previous lap. He's gained 0.3 of a second on the last lap alone. You can see the time difference there, a 4:46.5 place, a 46.2. So those guys really going to be going battle soon. And we've got a battle for P3 here between Rojo and Someone Awesome. These guys also bumper to bumper. As for Someone Awesome, he is a playoff contender and he must get past Rojo if he's to gain ground to get past the cut line here. So it looks like Titan's made a mistake. And now he's been relegated back to P4 as Someone Awesome tries to make invasive action on the inside there. Rojo stuck on the outside. Someone Awesome able to move up in the P2 there. So unfortunate scenes there for Titan. Davo got quite a hefty lead in hand. 3.1 seconds at the top of this one. Currently on lap 29 and 37. So we got 8 laps to go now. Currently Davo with quite a commanding lead at the top, considering this is oval racing here at Daytona. No one is in the slipstream of Davo Dozer anytime soon. Someone Awesome is his closest competitor in P2, 3 seconds behind him. Then Rojo a further 2 attempts back on Someone Awesome, lurking in the background, trying to get an overlap on the inside as we cross the control line once again. Just trying to fake him out here, but Someone Awesome not budging. So we enters turn 1, turn 2 on lap 30 here at Daytona. Looks as though Rojo trying to get their advantage on the inside. Down the back stretch we go. This is realistically the battle we're going to be watching to the very end. This is going to be the battle for P2. Someone Awesome trying to hold the inside line down the back straight. Rojo stuck on the outside lane as we enter turns 3 and 4. So he's just going to have to slot him right behind Someone Awesome once again as he tries to get a cutback manoeuvre made out of turn 4. But he's not able to get traction on exit there. It's more of a game of cat and mouse here. Someone Awesome with the slight advantage over Rojo. It's the battle for P2. We've got Titan in P4 in the background. We've got the battle for P5 heating up as well. Blue XR8 and Aussie. Those guys go and battle there in P5 and P6. Psycho in P7, and we've got Team Spiegel coming out in P8, Bruni in P9, then Exo in P10, a lap down unfortunately. He's a playoff contending driver, he's just going to have to settle for what he's got going there. So Davo with a commanding lead here. There's been a change of second position here, so Rojo moved up in the P2. We're going to go on board with Someone Awesome here on lap 32 or 37. Is he going to be able to make a move down the inside heading into turn 1? He's right on the rear bumper as you can see. We're on board with Someone Awesome as we enter turn 1, turn 2 here at Daytona. Trying to stay in the slipstream here as we go down the back straight. He's trying to get a slingshot manoeuvre going. Side draft here from Someone Awesome on the inside lane. He should be able to make a move up in the P2 now. He's got that done with relative ease. Rojo just holding back a little bit now. He's lost a little bit of ground on that previous lap. You can see the tyres are really hurting. 1.2 tenths off his fastest race lap here on lap 32. So here we go. 1.6 tenths of a second off his fastest lap. Across the control line there. We're on lap 33 of 37. Currently your race leader is Davo Dozer. Quite a hefty margin in hand. 3 seconds is that gap between himself and Someone Awesome. But this is the battle we are all out here to watch right now. It's the battle for P2 between Someone Awesome and Rojo. And it looks as though we're going to have the battle heating up for 4th position there. Titan drifting back a little bit now. And he's currently under pressure from Blue XR8 and Aussie in P5 and P6. These guys almost going side by side as we exit turn 4. Rojo trying to get the better of Someone Awesome, but he's not able to get the upper hand here. He's trying to get the overlap on the inside, but not enough traction, not enough top end speed as we enter turns 1 and turn 2. So who is going to come out with second spot here? It's going to be all or nothing for Someone Awesome to hold on to P2 here. He's not able to cement his spot in the Championship 4. with a victory tonight, but he's just going to have to hold on points-wise here. And he should be able to move up into the top 4 after this result. Rojo and P3 there should be able to contend for 9th spot in the championship. I'm not sure, is Rojo in playoff contention? I might have got it all wrong here. I'll just quickly have a look. Just going to get it up on my end. So he's staying on board with Rojo. He's trying to make a move on entry to turn 3 here. Or was that turn 1? That's turn 3. So yeah, unfortunately Rojo isn't competing for a championship here. So lucky I got that call right. But someone awesome, really under pressure from Rojo, a non-championship contending driver. He's really going to be biting his nails here. Unfortunately, Titan has left the lobby, but he'll be awarded points for P10. So someone awesome getting the pressure applied from Rojo and P3. We've got 2 laps to go here at Daytona. Let's see how the battle for P4 is starting to shape up. We've got Psycho in P4, but he's got a decent gap between himself and Team Spiegel. Aussie Chopper in Blue XR8. He's had a lot of contact. I think that's why Titan has left the lobby here, because those guys were line astern of one another. And he's stuck on the infield there, Blue XR8, trying to get back in the pit lane. So disastrous stuff for our championship leader, Davo Dozer, on the final lap now. White flag is out here at Daytona. So we're on final lap. Someone awesome holding off for P2 for now. But for how long? Rojo lurking in the background there in P3. Is he able to hold off Someone Awesome? Or is Rojo able to move up into P2 with a very good result here at Daytona? We've got half a lap to play here. Someone Awesome with the upper hand over Rojo. It's the battle for P2. But Davo with a 1.5 second advantage in top spot there as he comes out the last corner now. He's going to come home with quite a comfortable victory, and he's going to cement his ticket to contend for a championship in the Championship 4 at Texas Motor Speedway in round 8 for the NASCAR Sunday Series. So he's got the upper hand this time around. So those top 2 positions have swapped. Someone awesome coming out victorious in the Xfinity race, but coming second best to Davo in the NASCAR race here at Daytona. But Davo coming out second best in the Xfinity race. So you can see fortunes changing between those 2 guys. We've got Psycho coming home in P4. Team Spiegel coming home in P5. Aussie Chopper coming across the line in P6 there. Bruni in his first round back since round 1 will come home in P7. XO P2 in the championship. He's going to lose a lot of ground in his championship hunt here at Daytona. Coming home in P8. Then you got Blue XO8 stuck in P9 there. He's already crossed the line here. So here are your unofficial results. Just going to have to take a couple of screenshots if they don't skip. So we should be all good to go. But points will be awarded for Titan in P10. Peppy will get points for P11. Lord Angel will for P12. So those are your unofficial results there. We'll quickly go to the scene. We'll see what's to come next week in the next installment of the Sunday Series. I'll give you the Discord link after this stream here, Dion. Just going to finish things up and I'll quickly send you that Discord link as we try to add another feature to our broadcast here with post-race interviews, but that'll start in the next series. So next week, round 6, round 2 of the round of 8 is a playoff round at Sonoma Short. So that will play host for the Xfinity and NASCAR Sunday Series next week. For now, between then, we've got our next broadcast up tomorrow night for Bush League Racing starting at around 8 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. So be sure to give that a sus.